line right there we're talking about this afternoon. So can anybody see the max 5? The max 5 right at the bottom edge? So there's the storyline right there. See it? The two candles between those two, between that line. So you can see there the max 5 storyline for that buy trade there, and the max 5 storyline for that buy trade just before it as well. So there's a very, very strong sense of value there. And obviously at the same time, we're obviously watching things like the volume arrivals and various other elements. So when we see that, we obviously want to be party to this, and obviously that long inflation trade, which is what we talked about this morning as well, I would rather be long inflation because that's my baseline story for the moment. That's my macro baseline story, as you know, because we've discussed it ever since the Fed made its move last week. We've been talking about that baseline story of long inflation. And I am loving long oil trades at the best of times, and at the worst of times, we're fading into some scalp sells. We had a great sell, by the way, yesterday. But the general idea is, yet again, if you look at this entire area from a box point of view, if you look at it from a Darvis point of view, for example, you could highlight this entire area here and say, well, what shape was the difficult side to be on? Well, the initial box, the difficult side was to be buying it. And then the second box, the difficult side was to be buying it. So if the difficult side is to be buying it, that's probably where the trade is at, right? So we know that that's where the trade is at, and we want to buy it because that's the difficult side. Now, somebody will say, but in an uptrend, the difficult side is going to be sell side. Yeah, we're talking about value added. That's the point. We're talking about areas where the value is in favor of the difficult side. So we know that the side that we want to be on is going to be difficult. And because we know it's going to be difficult, we're patient. We wait for the price. We wait for the right trade. And if we don't get it, we jump. If we think the value is good enough, we jump. And if we jump, and we jump hard. So we're going to be talking about this in Classroom this afternoon in detail when we refer to it as the COT. Because the Comm5, believe it or not, is the COT, the Commitment of Traders report, in real time on your charts. We'll touch on that, as I said, in Classroom.